welcome back to this new class of English grammar. So this time I've been asked to focus on a specific tense, which is the past perfect and past perfect continuous actually. This is a very interesting tense and it is often forgotten. And most of the times we tend to skip it, not to use it. And this is a huge mistake because this is the tense that we use to respect the so-called consecutio temporum. Oh, this is a Latin word. It seems so difficult, but this is not difficult, okay? It just means that we have to follow the chronological order of the actions. So basically, when I've got an action in the past, okay, and this past is considered, okay, compared to now, to the present moment, I will probably use either a present perfect or a simple past. But if I have to express an action that is past compared to another past action, so a past of the past, okay, I can't use the same verbs, I can't use the same tenses, okay, I have to express, okay, that this is before of a past action, okay, so this is a double past in a sense. So this is a past perfect. Let's see it more in detail with our timeline. This is obviously a very simple timeline, okay? It expresses just the main ideas, okay, of the past tenses. So on this line we have this little square here, which is now, the present tense, okay, here, at the moment I'm talking. As you can see, there is this other square here, which is the simple past. Simple past is an action that happened in the past and it's finished, it's concluded, absolutely over, okay? This is very important. It doesn't matter whether it is very close to now, okay, so very recent, or it is very far away in the past, okay, very old. It doesn't matter, okay, it is always a simple past. If you have any doubts concerning the simple past, how to form it or how to use it, I suggest you to go and see my lesson number 3 of this course, of this playlist, which is called English Grammar, okay? Or you can just write, okay, simple past in the name of my channel, and lesson number 3 will talk about simple past, how to form it, how to use it, exceptions and everything. All right, so this is an action in the past, concluded. Then you can see there is this arrow here connecting an action in the past with now. This is the present perfect. Present perfect expresses an action that started in the past and continues, okay, to the present moment. Or eventually a past action whose consequences are still present, and I'm expressing those consequences. So there is a strong connection between past and present. This is why we have this arrow here connecting the past and now, so the present. Also in this case, if you have any doubts concerning the present perfect or present perfect continuous eventually, okay, please go and see lesson number 4 of this playlist, of course, okay, and you'll find the explanation of present perfect, how to form it, how to use it, what it means that there is a connection to the present, that it hasn't finished yet, or consequences are still present, still expressed, okay, so you have all details, examples, and so on. Anyway, this blue part here, okay, concerns now and the past, okay, the past which means all the actions that happened before now. The red part here concerns action that happened, or better, that had happened before another past action. Simple past in this case, before, okay, so this is the past of a past, okay, past of the past. So the past. So this is the past perfect. The past perfect, you can see that the name is quite similar to the present perfect. They've got similarities in the way we form it, but they are also very different. So the past perfect is formed with auxiliary verb to have, exactly as in the present perfect, but the tense is simple past. So the simple past of the auxiliary verb have, to have. And then the past participle, okay? I've written this example here with the verb to wash. I had washed. This is a regular verb, so we just add ed at the end of the verb, but we know that if it is an irregular verb, we have to check the third form, okay, of the tab of irregular verbs. Anyway, simple past of the verb to have and past participle. You remember the present perfect was the simple present of the verb to have and the past participle. So the past participle is the same, exactly the same. The auxiliary verb is always to have, but in the past perfect it is past simple of the verb to have, and in the present perfect it's a simple present simple of the verb to have, obviously. So let's make an example here with the verb to wash. So since I've written this verb here, so I can say, let's start with what we already know. So with the present perfect. So I have washed my car for 3 hours and now it's clean. Look at my car, it's shining. Okay, I'm expressing the present consequence. Or I've been washing this car all morning and it is still morning. Okay, so the action isn't finished, isn't over yet. Or the time I'm talking about isn't over. This is a present perfect. Then I can use a simple past. We already know that. I can use a specific time in the past. I washed my car yesterday. Period. Okay, quite easy. But I may use a past perfect if it refers to an action that happened before another action in the past. For example, I had washed my car, okay, because I had to go out with my girlfriend that night. Okay, so the action of washing my car is before the other action in the past of going out with my girlfriend. So this is the past of the past. This is very common in novels, for example, or when we write stories, and we write stories in the past, basically. So we can say our basic tense is always simple past, okay? When we have to express something that happened before, we can't use simple past again. The consecutio temporum wouldn't exist anymore, okay? So we have to use a past perfect. This is a very common mistake, isn't it? I mean, we tend to say, I washed my car I washed my car because I had to go out with my girlfriend. Okay, this is something we often do. We use simple past even for an action that happened before a simple past. But this is wrong. Okay, it's absolutely wrong. Then you ask me, second question, so what's the difference between past perfect and past perfect continuous? Now, the difference there is sometimes quite subjective. It's often a decision concerning style, but there is anyway a rule, a basic rule, which is exactly the same rule we explained for the present perfect and present perfect continuous. It's exactly the same. So basically, the past perfect simple, had washed in this case, is used when we focus on the result. Okay, when I said I had washed my car because I met my girlfriend, whatever, in this case I'm not focusing on the action of washing the car, but the fact that the car was clean, okay, that the action of washing was finished then when she arrived, basically. This is implied somehow. But if I focus on the action and not on the result, okay, I may use a past, in this case, perfect continuous. So I could say, I had been washing my car for 4 years, sorry, it's too much, for 4 hours, 4 years could be a little bit too much, for 4 hours before my girlfriend arrived, or whatever. Okay, so in that case, I'm not really focusing on the action that was concluded, and the car was probably clean when she arrived. I am emphasizing the action itself, and probably it's an annoying action or a tiring action in this case. Sometimes it could also be a positive action, but I am anyway emphasizing the action itself. And I don't care about the result, okay? So the action is always emphasized in that moment, okay? Same goes for the present perfect continuous. It's exactly the same meaning, okay? Exactly the same use. How do you form past perfect continuous? So, as all actions, as all tenses which have an ing form, okay, a gerund ing form, I will have to use an auxiliary verb to be, okay? So this is the first difference between past perfect simple and past perfect continuous. The verb to be. The verb to be is here, obviously, at past perfect. In a past perfect, okay? The past perfect of the verb to be is had been, obviously, okay? Had, because we explained before that for the past perfect, the auxiliary verb have has to be in the simple past, so had, okay? And been, because been is the past participle of the verb to be. So had been is the past perfect, okay, of the auxiliary verb, and then I have obviously the ing form washing in this case, right? Well, it is very similar, different but similar to the present perfect continuous. Also in this case, obviously, we had an ing form, so washing, which is the same, obviously. The gerund doesn't change, I can conjugate that. And I just changed the tense of the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is always the verb to be, obviously, because it's a continuous form. But in this case, it is a present perfect of the verb to be. So it's not had been, but it is have been. Pay attention when you use the present perfect, because in this case, you have to conjugate the verb to have, okay? Because I have been washing, but she has been washing, okay? While in this other case, okay, the past perfect or past perfect continuous, it's easier because all forms are the same, okay? Had doesn't change, it never changes, okay? So it is I had been, but he or she had been, so it's exactly the same. Anyway, the difference is I'm focusing on the action, okay? This is my summary, okay? This is my summary of the verb, this tense, okay, which is the past perfect continuous. If you have any doubts, if you have any questions, if you have any examples you don't understand or exercise or whatever, just leave me a comment below. Or if you have any other topics or I don't know, other elements that you would like me to explain in detail, please just ask, okay? I'm here for your requests too. So thank you so much for your feedback, thank you so much for your comments, thank you so much for being here, for watching, for being so many. As usual, I hope to see you very soon with another English grammar class. Bye!